Welcome back to another episode from Veg Grower Podcast. Summer's here, sun's out, I get busy at work. So, and I've just had a week on call and it was a busy weekend. So whenever I'm on call, I like to do a walk around of the plots to show everyone. So first of all, I'll show you the allotment and how that's going. And then I'll come back here and talk a bit more. Well, here we are everyone at the allotment, as I just mentioned. We'll start at the top as always, and I'll tell you what, here this is where I had the Perpetual Spinach originally growing. That was here when I took this plot on. Well, I've cut it all down, as you can see. I've put a huge quite a thick layer of manure, and then I've covered it in this weed suppressor membrane. The membrane's gone down today, and next week I will be planting that up with my sweet potatoes. We'll come across the back here. Rhubarb doing okay. I think it's a bit congested and needs a bit more space where it is there, but that was here when I took the plot on again, so I'll worry about that at a later date. Over towards the back there is some gooseberry bush. The gooseberries are swelling up nicely, not quite ready just yet, but nonetheless they are there. And as we walk, that shed's not on my plot, but it's fallen over again in the winds. Anyway, we'll walk along here. As you can see, I've got raspberries showing up there and what have you, as well as plenty more gooseberries. I tasted some of them that fell off and they're a little sharp still, so don't think they're quite ready and what have you. That's an area there that is on my list of to do for tidying up. Now, with the winds we've had at the beginning of the week, my bed scaring tape got ripped and blown over and what have you. I've rescued what I can and I'm just keeping it like this for the time being. It seems to be doing okay this week, and I'll show you a bit later on what we've got going on there. Here we've got the cabbage, not cabbage, cauliflowers and some red kale. All seem to really be doing quite well. I haven't quite seen any heads forming on the cauliflowers yet, but we'll keep an eye out for that. Beetroot here. Plants have started to perk up, so they're getting there. And then that frame I built last week, I kind of tidied it up a bit in this last week. It did get blown over, but the beans on the bottom are starting to climb. Carrots here, they're growing well. There's quite a few weeds at the moment. I've been getting on top of the weeds, but with the weather this week, I haven't been able to get down here as much as I could, so, and the extra rain has just made weeds worse. Some more carrots, some more strawberries. These onions were planted out a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if yeah, just about see them, and they'll do okay. Got a feeling they're not going to amount to much because we're approaching the longest day, and we'll see what happens then. Leeks there, all doing okay. You can probably see them a bit better now. These giant onions that were planted out seem to be doing pretty good actually. Not as big as I thought they would be, but not bad. Let's come back to those leeks, yeah. Now, that globe artichoke grown right throughout the winter. Well, I harvested some artichokes last week, found a really good meal I've put on my website, dressed aromatic artichokes, really nice. But anyway, the winds came through and as you can see it's kind of demolished that a bit, but it's hardy enough, it'll grow back. It's given me a chance to really get in there and weed it. Now this is where I had planted the shallots, but these weeds that were flower that were growing there and putting the seeds down are taken over, so this is another area I'm not quite happy with how it's going. Over there, all the tomatoes, or not all of them, but the Crimson Crush and the Alicante and Red Pear seem to be doing okay. Not really shot on just yet, but we'll keep a close eye on them and see what happens. So that's the north end, the top of the plot. We'll come these rhubarbs. They're doing really well actually. I've got to harvest some more of those, which I'll do next week. Asparagus, yeah, it's been doing good. Although again, the wind's driving through and knocked some of them over, so I'm leaving them on there and we'll see what happens. More strawberries forming under there, as you can see, and this apple tree. We get in there, you can see it's producing some nice apples. The flowers on that were great later on in the year. These potatoes, they're doing okay. These are the ones that do need topping up. Jerusalem artichokes doing pretty good there. This is the slow bush, also doing okay, although it's weedy. That plum tree has died, didn't really survive. And the elder tree doing good there. His comfrey is due for cutting down soon. My pear tree, I actually staked that last weekend, just in time. If you compare it to that apple tree, it's got blown over in the wind. It needs staking, so I got that one just in time. That one I've got to get a stake and do the same with that. However, what I wanted to show you, if I can zoom in there, you just about see it. I've got a little pear forming, which I'm really pleased about. Now I head on over to Compost Heaps. Now that compost heap is full already. That was empty a few weeks ago. And that wheelbarrow has been kindly donated by one of my neighbours who's given up her plot, and she's given me that wheelbarrow, so pleased with that. These pumpkins, they're doing fantastic. Seem to be really happy in there, so we'll keep those going. Something I don't really do much of is growing flowers, but I've put in some sweet peas here, and really nice colours on those. Something I can't believe I just said, but hey ho. Peas. I've been harvesting a few peas. The meteor over towards the back just there, but I'm seeing all down here. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there's quite a few pea forming. They need thickening up a bit, so I'm going to give them a good drenching in water. And these are a variety called marrow, which are mushy peas. So I'm a bit unsure when's the best time to harvest them. When they're thick, or do I harvest them when they're dry? I'm not sure. If anyone can help, I'd love to hear from you. These Ruthless, they're doing pretty well. They're not quite flowering yet, but never mind. And the other plants along the front here, all doing pretty good. We'll come into these onions and let's get it best from this angle. These haven't been blown over. Well, the wind might have them along. They actually started folding over just before the wind came along. So they're obviously nearly ready. I will let them dry out and what have you. But they're actually a decent size onion. If I get my hand in there, let's see, you know, that's a decent size onion. I'm pleased with that. These are the cabbages and more red kale. Also seem to be doing really well. That red kale is doing better here, I think, because it's so thick in manure. And these cabbages, 1, 2, 3, hearten up quite nicely. Won't be long until I'm harvesting. But something I do want to show you all is this one here. This is a Brussels sprout plant. I planted that out last year, harvested it, and I harvested it about December, January time. Then after I harvested it, I just cut off the top down at ground level, and it's grown back. and I think it's started to produce Brussels sprouts. So if this is working the way I think it is, I've managed to produce a perennial Brussels sprout. I'm still experimenting with that, see if it carries on, but not bad, not bad. Garlic I showed you last week, not too bad, all doing well. And the shallots also there. I'll come down here. I've planted out my sweet corn, done that today, so it's a bit windy, so we'll see how things go. And my French beans are doing here. It's another bed that the weeds are really taken over. And we've got a few potatoes across here, all doing pretty good. Now these raspberries are an area I'm not happy with again, just because of the weeds, but I've been moaning about that all year and I'll be doing something about it this year. Now, these red currant and white currant bushes, I'm hoping they're going to be okay, but they seem to have died back and I'm not sure why. That one's got a few leaves on it, but that one's got none. We'll keep an eye on it. And here we've got my borlotti beans, and they seem to be doing okay. Sorry, my phone's going, I'm on call this week, so it's a bit of a difficult one. Now I head on down here, more gooseberries, also doing well. Just need a good weed. Hazel has started, the leaves had done that last year, they were all just sort of browning at the end. Again, not sure why. Cherries, I'm really pleased with these cherries. Nice, big, thick, and they're starting to go glossy red, so won't this week, I think. I'll probably be harvesting those. And then we'll come on to this tree, my cider apple tree, and there's lots of fruit on that. So hopefully I'll be making some really good cider. Again, strawberries down below. And then here, Grapevine Chives, all starting to bounce back. And even this fig tree here has started to bounce back, so everything's going well. Just remembered, I forgot to show you, these strawberries are what I've harvested today. Decent amount, decent size, really pleased with them. That's the allotment, everything's going well, really pleased with how things are going, getting stuff out of it. Strawberries, fantastic, really pleased with the amount of strawberries I'm getting now. That bird scaring stuff does work. Netting would probably be better, but I didn't do that. So let's take you on a walk around home now, and yeah, and then I'll come back and just say future plans, thanks to saying, and yeah, let's show you that now. Well, here we are at home. Let's just have a quick look around this herb patch now. Everything seems to be going really well. I need to give everything a good water, which I'll be doing once I've finished this video. Sorrel's really picking up again there. Rosemary's doing well. Lemon verbena, which is that one there, it's looking fantastic. Let's bring that out a bit more, that's better. Yeah, mint, lemon balm there. Sage is actually starting to flower, etc, etc, and mint again down towards the back, so that's all coming along really well. This patch here is in dire need of tidying up. I just haven't got round to it, but as you can see, lots and lots of raspberries starting to form on there, so it won't be long until we'll pick the raspberries off that, and then I can really hack it back, including that rosemary there, because it takes back the path. And this bit here in particular really needs good going through. Rhubarb there, looking pretty awesome. Going to be picking more of that this weekend. We're heading to the greenhouse. Those tomato plants are doing lovely, growing well. Kiwi down there towards the back, looking pretty good. The tomatoes are actually flowering. There and there. And there. Also doing pretty good. And haven't actually got any tomatoes as yet, but don't think it'll be long. The grape bush doing lovely. And just below that is one of the watermelons I've put out there, with a melon there growing away. Towards the back there is the cucumber, flowering and growing. So that's the Chinese legume, or that's the market more, sorry. So pretty good on that. That chilli plant is doing pretty good, as is that one. But ultimately, that one is just doing awesome. Then we've got a few aubergine plants down towards the back there. So, let's get out the greenhouse. Head round here. Hello girls. There they are, as always. Looking good, and they need to, they wanted to come out, which I'll let them out in a bit. Now, this is all planted up and good to go now. So we've got pumpkin just there. There's a melon that's not looking too good. That watermelon I think is dead. There. That pumpkin there, it needs a good watering. I did water it yesterday, but obviously it needs a bit more. It's been a hot day today. And here is some okra. Also, it just need a good watering. And we got a row of chilies down here. All doing pretty good. And then pepper plants there. Yeah, that's the tomato plant there. Cucamelon, more tomatoes. And then towards the back there we've got a few chilies and aubergines and tomatoes and stuff. Same there and there. In fact, those two rows sort of there and there are the Heinz tomato plants. They've only just gone out, so hopefully they'll work. And then towards the back there got a few more plants, tomatoes and a courgette there. Courgettes really seem to struggle here for some reason, don't know why. But here, tayberry bush, as you can see, we've got some decent tayberries forming on that. In fact, some are probably ready to be harvested. That one there looks like it's not quite, but nearly. There we go. So, there we go. They're tapping to come out. Let's take a wander to the last little area. Things are getting better. So it's in here. I've moved the cannellini seeds and the sunflowers. As you can see, the cannellinis need are sprouting, so keep watering them. They need a good water. Again, I'm doing that daily. Never mind. Sweet potato plants, they're getting ready to go out. And then here I've got a few seedlings I'm finding homes for and what have you, and that's a load of Brussels sprouts that are, some are going to go down the allotment, and I think this one here is the PSB kale stuff. Yeah, so interesting that. Down here, this is called, and as you can see there, a cranberry, sorry, cross between a strawberry and a raspberry, so interesting that. And here is a bubbleberry, meant to taste like bubble gum, so growing those on. They've got some runners I'm going to be potting up and getting more plants from. So this guava plant, for some reason, I think that's dying. I'm going to keep an eye on it, give it a bit more. It might sprout out again, I don't know. We'll see. A few strawberries under there, that in an apple tree pot, that's the bottom. I've got to really tidy this area up. A couple of the blueberry bushes just here, as you can see, they've got, if I bring it in, Got some nice blueberries forming on those, as well as in these pots some of these apples had apples on them somewhere. There we go, there's one. So far so good. I'm going to come along here. Got my bamboo growing there, but in front of that is my peach tree. All the infected stuff seems to be okay, and we've even got peaches forming, so that's good. A pomegranate tree just here, it's looking pretty damn good. And we'll come over here, that's the blueberry bush you saw me potting up, as well as that one which hasn't fruited again, but we'll see what happens. I might hack that back if it does nothing. Spinach here is starting to look a bit out of date, but never mind. And then we've got lettuce there, and then we'll come over here. Lettuce growing there, spinach towards the back, spring onions here, and a few radishes. There you go everyone, that's the home plot. Things are all planted up. I've still got lots of plants that I need to find homes for and somewhere for them to live. I've been watching Oliver Huey, North Coast Organic, a brilliant channel over there. Love how he uses every little bit of space he has in his garden to grow stuff in, and it's awesome, and it's kind of giving me ideas that all my extra plants could probably go on top of roofs and things, and a few up on these shelves here, just to make use of extra land, extra space, or all the space I've got really. So yeah, please go check out his channel. It's Oliver Huey, North Coast Organic. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching everyone. Hope you've enjoyed. Please leave any comments below. Love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I love it whenever I get any of you. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, and I'll see you again on the next one.